Cooking is simpler and faster when you already have the ingredients. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what you could stock your healthy, vegan, whole food, plant-based pantry with, especially if you're just beginning to cook. These are staples that you want to have on hand. Or if you're a seasoned pro, it's a great way to just check yourself and get some new ideas. The first category is beans and lentils. Things like split peas, lentils, brown lentils, red lentils, mung bean sprouts, soybeans, black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, chickpeas, refried beans. So at this point in my vegan journey, I've been vegan about 17 years, we've switched over completely to everything dry in this category. But in a pinch, if you need a can and that just feels more doable to you as you're starting out, then use cans. Try to get BPA-free cans and things that don't have added ingredients. So check the label and make sure it is just like the bean and water and salt, something like that. Beans and lentils are where you're gonna get your protein on a whole food plant-based diet, and they're also have a lot of fiber to keep you full, and they're great for longevity. Raw nuts and seeds, especially things like cashews, walnuts, peanuts, pistachios, Brazil nuts, almonds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, sesame seeds, pine nuts, etc. Nuts are great for your daily fat intake. You can put them into salads, put them in sauces, dips, dressings, and make it really creamy and yummy. Seeds like flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are a great source of omega-3 fatty acids. You can get vitamin E from things like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and even almonds. And a daily dose of selenium is in one Brazil nut. Next up, we've got whole grains like rice. I've got white rice, brown rice, black rice, polenta, some barley, some popping corn, buckwheat groats, quinoa. I've got both steel-cut oats and rolled oats, and then whole grain pasta and whole grain couscous. And although I don't have these to show right now, you can also include things like farro and millet and just rotate the grains for different consistency and taste. Now we've got shelf-stable tomato products and preserves. So I use diced tomatoes, tomato paste, tomato sauce, roasted red bell peppers, ketchup. We've got some preserves from the garden, some jarred roasted garlic marinara sauce, and different preserves that we made over the summer. Glass, of course, is the best choice, but as you see, I've still got cans here and I've got some plastic, so do the best that you can. Root vegetables like potatoes of any kind, garlic and onions are great to have in your pantry. Onion and garlic are great. They add a lot of flavor to your dishes. They also have antimicrobial, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory properties to them. Potatoes are always fantastic for feeling satisfied. Root vegetables give you that kind of comforting feeling. And something like a purple potato here has a really high antioxidant count, and I've got a purple potato nacho recipe, which I'll link down below for you guys. It's so good. Next up are dried fruits. Personally, I use golden raisins, coconut flakes, dates, and figs the most, but this can also be like mulberries or different kinds of currants that are dried. Now remember, you do want to use these sparingly because they are pretty high calorically dense, but these are great natural alternatives to sweeten. You can even make coconut milk with these coconut flakes. I use dates to make nice cream or put any of this in an oatmeal, something to sweeten it up. It's a really great alternative to processed sugar. And condiments. So I use cacao powder a lot. This can include nut butters, things like mustard, hot sauce, nutritional yeast, any kind of vinegars that you like, soy sauce. I also use maple syrup in my recipes a lot. Ketchup is back in this field. Better than bouillon vegetable base, I really like that. And then also I've got some dried peppers that I can pop into recipes to make things spicy. When you get your nut butters, try to get them in the raw form, but honestly, I make a lot of my own nut butters with the Vitamix. It's really easy to do. You can do that with tahini, or you can do it with peanut butter or almond butter. Super duper easy and cost effective. Now let's head over to my pantry. I'm just gonna show you how I have it set up. It works for me and maybe it'll spark some ideas for you. So to get started, just clear the decks and be pretty ruthless. If you haven't used it in a year, odds are you're not gonna use it. Go through your expiration dates, and if there's anything expired, get rid of it. Keep what smells good, these smell good, and then just start to organize according to what makes sense to you. There's really no like set rule of how it has to be. It just needs to make sense to you and where you know where things are within your pantry. For me, keeping everything in glass really helps because I can see what's going on. So I've got my beans and lentils and some nuts up here on the top shelf, as well as some snacks for the kids. And then on this shelf, I've got whole grains and some more nuts and spillover of salt and pepper and spices. And then down on this shelf, I've got extra canned goods, any vinegars and preserves. And then on the bottom shelf here, I have just the leftover packaging for filling up the jars when they get empty. And all the way on the floor, I've got my onions, garlic, and potatoes or other root vegetables. So that's what makes sense to me with my pantry, but of course, tailor it to your pantry so you know where things are, what you have, and how you're going to use them. So having a stacked pantry will give you so many more options when you're trying to find something to eat quickly. These are just a few. There are so many ideas in the pantry that I could make from what we already have. But to start, you could totally make a cheese sauce with the cashews and some nutritional yeast. You could bake some of these no oil French fries and dip it in the cheese sauce. Next up, you could do something like a split pea soup. I've got a great one in Eating Whole. So good, so simple. Then you're just basic rice and beans. These are easy to prep ahead of time and have for you throughout the week. For a breakfast option, you could do some steel cut oats with some little pieces of fig on top. So delicious, add some fresh fruit. And then always there is a pasta meal to be had in everybody's pantry. So things like garlic and onion, tomato paste, or diced tomatoes, tomato paste, and then the pasta that you have. So really the possibilities are so endless, and this is such a great way to have your own back. Head over to my website, get my free ebook. There is a pasta recipe that has the same base that you guys can check out. So delicious. If you want more pantry inspired ideas and meals, make sure to check out the videos that I've linked down in the description and right up here. Comment down below, let me know what was an aha pantry moment for you while watching this, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.